parasite.
Sacrifice. Silent sacrifice.
Babies are the ultimate parasite.
Sacrifice. Silent sacrifice.
Babies are the ultimate parasite.
Sacrifice. Silent sacrifice.
Babies are the ultimate parasite.
Sacrifice.
Yeah, but when it comes to blood in my underwear, I want to know how it got there.
Hey. Gorganzo so gebuscht in der Leiven und Fraschen steigen Schauser. No gain. No. Blinking pussy man. Show me the blinking pussy man. A red one. You get the red one and the blue one and the pink pussy make me juicy. Baby. Oh yeah, motherfucker. Alright, it's your boy, Eli. And you're listening to Boys Radio. And if you think that I pitch shifted my voice, you got another thing coming, pal, because this is just how I throw it. Just like good neck on a Tuesday night. I throw it. Alrighty then. Goddamn. You know, it's been a rough week. I don't know why I said that. It ain't been a rough week. You fuckers really thought it was a rough week for me, didn't you? You know, my dad ran away. My mom got shot. My brother, he came out as gay. My sister, I accidentally had sex with my sister. But, you know, it hasn't been a rough week at all. Actually, that's kind of bullshit. Aaron Judge, eh? Aaron Judge of the New York Yankees. Eric Judge of the New York Yankees is reported to have the smallest penis in the world. 6'8", 276 pounds of real man meat, but he has the smallest penis in all of New York State. And that includes people from Tonawanda. And I know people from Tonawanda, and they are not hung. They're actually what you would call the opposite of hung. My uncle's from Tonawanda. He's not hung. He was even born in Canada. And then the second he moved to Tonawanda, his fucking dick shrunk. And I'm sure the woman he's married to does not have a large penis either. And I don't even think her dad had a large penis. You know how you can tell sometimes when women have dads with big penises? I can always tell when a woman I'm dating has a dad with a large penis because that girl usually has a deep pussy. Yeah, I said it here first, folks. If a girl has a deep pussy, it means her dad's got a big dick. That means that she was built to take big dick. Why was she built to take big dick? Well, because her mother took big dick. And if her mother took big dick, well, either her father had a big dick or she fucked a guy with a big dick before she fucked her father. But that's not how genes work and hereditary things you pass over work. So, needless to say, you deduce the facts, you bring it up, Jack, and what you've got a father with a large penis. And you can always tell. I always seem to date girls whose fathers have large penises. Only once have I dated a girl whose father clearly had a small penis. I'm not going to get into detail about it because I don't want to offend anyone, but I'm almost completely sure that there is one dad out there that has a small penis. And that dad is my dad. Oh, God. Yep. Well, folks, the Toronto Maple Leafs are in the playoffs and Game 2 is about to start. And I'm watching CBC and the weather lady is extremely well hung in the tit region. Now, I don't know how that translates to dads. I don't know if your daughter has big tits, does your dad have big balls? I don't know. That's definitely something I don't know. But damn, this weather lady has big tits. And I think that's fine with me. Everybody out there who's skeptical of the libtards and conservatives or Republicans, whatever you say. I know you don't like CBC. I know it's gay and it talks about indigenous people's rights too much for you and stuff like that, but their weather lady is hung like a goddamn moose. And I'm talking about the tit region. And right now she's wearing blue. Because you know why? Because the Toronto Maple Leafs are taking on the Tampa Bay Lightning. Game 2, baby. That's what I'm talking about. Game 2 of the first round of the Stanley Cup playoffs. And if you're not a fan of hockey, that's fine. But tune the fuck in for playoff hockey. Because playoff hockey's dope. I don't give a shit about basketball, but playoff basketball is dope. Everybody brings their A game. Shit is popping off. It's just good. It's good fun, you know? And it's nice to see my dad happy. And when the Leafs won 5-0 in game 1, me and him were cheering together. We were having a great time. So, I don't know. Try it out, I guess, if you don't give a fuck about hockey. And if you do give a fuck about hockey, you're probably bored with what I'm saying. Whoa, there's a guy on CBC right now, and he is ugly. He's an ugly man. Oh, and he's got ugly parents. Well, his mom's not that ugly. This is probably a really sad story. You know, it's a sad story when all you see are baby photos of the parents. Like, parents are probably murdered or something. I don't know. Anyways. We're just waiting for DK to log on here and call me into this podcast. I don't know if he'll even keep this, but I don't know. I'm here. I'm with you. I'm with the Butt Boys. I'm with the OKULTRA Knights. Is that what we're calling each other? Or are we calling each other Ultra Lights? I don't know. So to address the Sam thing, you know, Sam is a great friend of ours. We love the guy. And I think, you know, he's got big things on the back burner for himself personally. And I think that doing the podcast with us was a good way for us all to stay in touch during a winter that felt very desolate, very dark at times, very strange and very difficult. And so that was that chapter. And we love Sam. Even though Dakota calls him a fucking Jew all the time on the internet. God damn it. So, I'm joining the call. DK should be here soon. Hey, baby, you're the one that I want. I want to make you fuck me hard. You want me hard, fuck you. Make me fuck you real bad. I want fuck you hard in the ass for tonight. Yeah, yeah.
Recording in progress.
Oh, shit. Hello?
Hello?
Oh, shit.
Oh, shit.
I gotta put the audio. How do I put the audio? Okay, wait. Hello?
Hello?
Oh, Jesus, that's loud, bud.
Am I loud on you?
You're loud and proud, and you're out of control, and you're a black woman.
I'm at the Capitol.
You're
trying to get abortions.
You're a capitalist, aren't you?
I'm a capital at the capitalist.
You are. I remember one time you're like, I like capitalism. I don't know. I like it.
I think it's pretty good. Well, let me go on the record. Boy, do I hate it now.
Really?
I don't know. I mean, I don't know anything, but things aren't good. I'll say that.
Hey, I hopped on and started recording about 6 minutes before you did. And
yeah.
I think there's some good stuff in there. I don't know if you can review it.
Yeah, I'll use it.
Yeah, I think so. It's awkward, but I do make some good points.
Nice.
Yeah, I say the N-word an insane amount, but it was a positive thing about black people.
Oh, we'll definitely not cut that. We'll put it in.
You know, I'm scared of the race war when I'm saying black people.
But I was talking about black people.
Don't tell my principal I was talking about black people. He's just pissing his pants. He's trying to do a speech on a white kid trying to do a speech on Ray Charles, and he's pissing his pants because he's so scared.
Oh, I already told that story of the Syrian girl in my class pissing her pants. She pissed her pants talking about Syria.
Yeah, well, I'd piss my pants.
She was worried about the country.
I went to a Syrian restaurant once, and I felt like pissing my pants. Right there on the floor, and telling them, get the heck out of here. Where's Boston pizza?
Syrian food's good.
I like Syrian food, too, yeah.
I was at Boston Pizza on the weekend. I was at a bachelor party for an old college friend, and I was so high on mushrooms in Boston Pizza, and someone ordered me like 2 large, disgusting Boston pizzas. I came back from the bathroom. I was having fun in the bathroom, and I came back and I was like, "Who ordered me this? There's no, you know what I'm doing in the bathroom. There's no way I'm eating this." We'll leave that.
Oh, I thought you were on mushrooms.
Well.
What the fuck
you
you
be
doing?
On many things at once.
Wow, you're playing.
I was shitting. I had mushroom shits.
You're playing some fun mushroom games, my friend. You're playing Dungeons and Dragons with 5 different dice, and you're rolling them all at the same time.
I was screaming at the mirror on mushrooms and Boston Pizza.
What were you saying?
Little kids were walking by me. I was saying. I was speaking Latin. I was speaking in tongues. Trying to reach the mushroom lord.
You were just speaking in tongues on those little boy bums. You spray painted your face the color of porcelain and hid behind the toilet. And then when the kid went to go sit down, you put your face in where the toilet should be. And the kid sat on your face and you started speaking in tongues on his bung.
Yeah, and then I came back and I was like, I don't want to eat pizza. Who ordered me this?
I already had
I'm full.
I already had dinner and it was hot.
The cops are being called. I was in Niagara in the weekend. I went to a casino for the first time. I had never been to one, and I was, again, very high on mushrooms. And I was just walking around, like, people watching, which is a fucking wicked place to be. I never realized that. No, somebody should have suggested that ages ago. Go on mushrooms and go to your nearest just terrible casino. And like the one in Niagara, I assume they're all like this, but like the mirror on the ceilings, and then you have like the cool carpets, so it looks like you're in a kaleidoscope, and then you just walk around looking at people who are in dire straits, who are at the end of the rope, like ready to fucking kill themselves. And you like, I was staring at people, and I could tell people were not liking it. People were getting very angry as I was staring at them while they were making like high stakes gambles.
You know why? They have mirrors on the ceilings, right?
Is it for like theft? To do coke off of?
No, so you can look at your grandma's tits while she plays the slot machines.
Every casino ever made, it's in service of grandma's tits to look at them.
The guy who actually, Johnny Casino, who started the casinos in 1884, his grandma had a big fucking rack of ribs on her, and he's like...
He built the whole casino business to get a peek. He could never snag a peek at old grandma's tits.
You know what, Grandma? Maybe people would steal us if we put a fucking mirror up there above your tits.
Man, speaking of capitalism, though, I wanted to show you something or tell you something.
Tell me, show me.
This is crazy. This is so crazy.
Oh my goodness. Bad.
If there's anything, I don't think I've ever seen something so succinctly sum up the time in which we live. There was a news report from CTV. They tweeted out this headline.
Great journalism, by the way.
Oh, yeah. Here it is. I'll read it to you. A wheelchair-bound 31-year-old woman in Toronto is nearing final approval for a medically assisted death request after a fruitless bid to secure an affordable apartment that doesn't worsen her chronic illness. Now, check out the top reply on Twitter. Does the Canadian Press Style Guide still recommend the term wheelchair bound? Please review your policy to use more respectful language in regards to disability. This resource may help. Fucking bitch is talking about the right,
what
goddamn language and fucking terms. This person is literally killing themselves because they can't get housing. And
that's why, because they can't get an apartment, so they want to die.
Yeah, so they got approval to fucking kill themselves. And this person, Amelia Bowler, is talking about style guides and journal. What are you talking about? This lady's going to fucking hang herself because she can't get housing. And you're talking about the term wheelchair bound? I fucking would love to put that bitch in a wheelchair. Amelia Bowler.
It's too bad she's wheelchair bound and not homeward bound, if you know what I'm saying. Because then she would have a home to go to. Or she'd be she'd be Sassy, the cat from Homeward Bound.
Yeah. Yeah. Isn't that crazy? I didn't know you could even do that. If you just can't find a house, you can kill yourself. You can get a government assisted kill yourself option.
Well, sign me up.
Too bad the CTV used the wrong term. They should have used disability instead of wheelchair bound. That's definitely the focus of the story. God damn, I saw that. I almost fell off my chair. I was like, that is fucking crazy.
Well,
what are we doing here?
When I hear wheelchair bound, to me it sounds like you're about to go to a wheelchair or you're on your way to a wheelchair.
That's true. It could be confusing.
I think the correct term should be binded by a wheelchair.
Binded to destitution and death by a wheelchair.
I'm binded by a wheelchair. I'm not bound to a wheel. That just means that you're on your way to the wheelchair, isn't it?
Yeah, no, we're talking present tense. Yeah, I'm binded. I'm not bound. I'm currently binded.
Unless she's fully bound already. She's currently fully bound to the wheelchair.
I think it works both ways. So wheelchair bound, it's I think that is the grammatical correct.
Have you ever heard that? Have you ever heard that Simon and Garfunkel song? Wheelchair bound. That's where I was. So
damn,
anyway,
it's sad. It's sad out there.
It sounds like you were upset at this woman. What's her name again?
Amelia Ballard. Just isn't that crazy? How is the focus? Now, how do you read that? How do you read that? And the first thing you think is, wow, this person is offensive. Dude, no, the story is you can't get affordable housing in Canada and people in wheelchairs are fucking killing themselves because of it. Jesus. What are you talking about? There's no analysis of the language that matters here. This person can't get housing. What are we doing?
Yeah, I don't think that...
Fucking shut up.
I don't think that this wheelie, as I like to call him, I don't think this crippled wheelie is concerned about the language that's being used to describe... If she's already willing to kill herself, I don't think that she's very concerned about what kind of terminology you're using to describe her. I think she's more concerned about being able to afford to live in a place.
Yeah, in a place.
I think she's more concerned about living in a place, and we got to get her a place to live.
It's Jerry Seinfeld if he was a Canadian journalist.
What's the deal, George?
Did you get you're looking to get housing? Did you sign that lease?
Nah, they gave it up. They gave it to a 65-year-old wheelchair-bound woman who was going to kill herself. Apparently she went on the news and started pissing and moaning about how she was going to shoot herself in the fucking head if she didn't have an apartment. So me and my girlfriend are stuck to the basement again. Because of this fucking wheelie.
It's goddamn wheelie.
Wheelie Dan. I don't want to do your dirty work no more. Back to you, Dakota.
Well, I just don't get it, Bob. The photo for the article is really funny. It's man. I was so drunk just spewing out sketch ideas to people in Niagara Falls.
Were you giving them away industry secrets?
Yeah, I was giving away all our industry secrets in the haunted house in Niagara Falls.
Did they like them?
Yeah, I was grabbing the guy who grabs you in the haunted house, and I was like, "Wouldn't this sketch be cool where a baby gets run over?" What do you think about that?
And then the news
Please
reporter
leave,
says,
sir.
I just don't get it. Back to you, Bob.
I just don't get it, Bob. Back to you.
I just
Dude, Niagara
can't-
Falls is a shithole.
Oh, yeah. I mean, did you go see the actual falls?
No.
Well, the
But the
falls
thing
is really
is-
nice.
The falls is nice, but it's so ruined by, I guess this is the theme, capitalism. It like really is. It's a sad thing. It's funny. I'm watching that Ken Burns documentary, and they're talking. It's like national parks, and they're talking about. It's cool, just like the history of like them, that kind of idea in America. But like every 10 minutes, someone just like rags on Niagara Falls. Like historically, they're like, in like Yosemite, they're like, the last thing we want is for it to turn into another Niagara Falls, or even like Yellowstone. Because I guess even back then there was like hucksters and like tricksters who had bought the land in Niagara Falls, and like way back, like I don't know, in the 1800s, were already turning it into like a shithole, like where you had to like pay for stuff, and like it was like already like a commercial sort of tourist trap. It's funny. And hasn't changed. So sad because it is a marvel. Like it's crazy.
Well, what they made Niagara Falls. It was what do they call it? The lovers' capital or something like that. And they made like there's like a very famous movie starring Marilyn Monroe about Niagara Falls from 1953. This like film noir thriller, and I'm pretty sure that was like. You know, it was already a tourist destination, but I'm pretty sure after that film, it became like this like lovers, romance, mysterious kind of place. It really was like a catalyst for what we know as like modern day Niagara Falls, with all the campiness, you know. And
what kind of sucks now? They should tear it all down and just like, it's like a Kelsey's. It's like this beautiful thing, and then there's like a Kelsey's, like a McDonald's, all these shitty fast food places, like terrible carnival rides. And,
well, if you go literally, Niagara Falls isn't just the falls. There's Centennial.
No, but even like
Centennial Park is beautiful. There's a couple islands that are really beautiful, like right beside the falls. There's
sure.
that very famous shipwreck that is honestly, it's on its way to falling. There's this famous
apparently
shipwreck.
it is. Yeah, I've heard that it's moving now, right?
Yeah, it's moving. It's on its way to falling over the falls. The whirlpool's nice. There's a really great.
I'm not saying there's not nice things, but it's definitely like tarnished by all the like rampant capitalism there. Like in a national park, like the big national parks in the U.S., like you can't fucking put anything there. It's like illegal. You can't do shit. You can't even like you can't even pull a flower off the ground.
Niagara Falls isn't a provincial park or a national park. It's literally just a landmark.
I know, but it could have been, is the thing. Like, so when they were doing it, when they were making the national parks, they wanted to do it like in reference to like what happened to Niagara Falls. Like a lot of like they were like, we don't want, like Niagara Falls has been ruined by what's been turned into, and like we should preserve nature. Like it's beautiful and it doesn't need anything more. It just needs the falls and nature. And
if they had turned Niagara Falls into a national park, that would have been amazing.
You're saying this, you're holding a knife up.
That would have been amazing.
Like threatening me.
Wouldn't that have been nice?
Yeah.
No, that would have been great though. But the thing the thing about it is I think politics comes into play with it too, because half of it is US, half of it's Canada.
Yeah. And the US side isn't any better. That's for sure. Well, I guess I'm talking about the US side because I'm talking about like US
apparently
national parks.
The US has done like a pretty good job of preserving their national parks.
Oh, really? Well, yeah, that's what I'm saying. Heard. Yeah, no, that's what I'm saying. Like all the national parks in the US, like they're under the law, like they've been protected for a long time now, and they will always be protected. Where unfortunately they weren't able to, but when they had this idea, Niagara Falls was already was already kind of a lost cause to commercialism and like just shady, like just gay business.
Now, I read too that Republicans were some of the first people to propose bills that would protect national parks from development.
Yeah, that's interesting. They don't, in the Ken Burns documentary, they don't like they're saying the politicians, but they're not necessarily saying like what party they were.
Look at my eyes. Look into my eyes.
Eli's making I don't think there'll be video on this one, but Eli's making his he's using his knife as goggles, essentially. Very cool.
there's like a little hole in my knife, and it looks like I'm wearing a knife mask.
You're doing knife play.
I am doing that. I'm doing knife moves here.
Now he's got pliers.
I'm about to pull my teeth out for the podcast.
Yeah.
No, that sounds great. I would actually really like to watch that. I'm very.
You should, man. You would love it the most. I kept thinking about you this Sunday. I was nursing a hangover watching it, and I was like, oh man, Eli would love this. It's so, and like the footage, it's all like, it's an older documentary. It's all like 16 millimeter film of the parks, like beautiful shots of the parks. It's really sick.
Yeah. I actually interviewed a bunch of people who were involved with shooting a lot of like the early documentary footage of national, provincial, and state parks in the United States and Canada.
What was this for? What were you doing?
In college, I had to do like a research paper, and my like thesis or whatever you call it was about wildlife documentaries. And I interviewed people who literally would like sit out and camp out in the bush for like 3 months just to get like one shot of like a lynx on like super 16 millimeter film, or like 8 millimeter film of like a rare bird. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I interviewed like a lot of guys that are dead now.
Just
and let's just say they weren't old. But they're dead.
Everyone I ever interviewed is dead.
So funny and weird. I killed them.
I wonder if those guys now listen to podcasts. One of them could be listening to this podcast. Maybe.
Well, if you are, can I have a job?
Salute. Yeah. Can I hold the camera batteries?
Can I jerk you off while you work? You old fuck.
Can I make love? Can I make love to you?
Can I fucking penetrate your wrinkled asshole while you film a rare fucking great crested flycatcher, you bastard?
Hey, did you actually not get that lease for that apartment?
No, we're still looking.
Oh, true. Sorry, I don't know if that's off topic podcast talk.
No, it's all good.
Situation.
We're still looking for a place, but I got a few leads. It's all good. Yeah, the guy who showed us that place, he had a shirt on that said vegan.
That said vegan?
And he kept telling me how vegan he was, and he kept saying like, and you know, I'm pretty nerdy about nutrition, and I'm a bit of a health nut, blah blah blah. And I'm like, dude, just show us just show us the fucking apartment. Shut the fuck up. Yeah. But you know what?
The cliche. It's a cliche with vegans. They can't stop telling you about it. I didn't know it was literally true.
He was like 61 years old. He looked like he was about 40. And he had like pictures of a woman on his bedside table, like old school. You know what I mean? That's how you know he was in like Vietnam or something like that. And he's like this 65-year-old man. He had this like really big, like giant, like California king size bed in his bedroom with like these nice sheets. And you know that was just a fuck palace. He was just like bringing girls over and making them squirt with his vegan dick.
Back in his nom days.
Yeah, back when he came home with PTSD, he was making them squirt. He was making the blood squirt out of their fucking arteries. He was choking them until fucking ocular jelly was squirting out of their fucking eye sockets.
He didn't wait. He didn't kill babies in Nam. He waited till he was out of Nam to kill the babies, and he killed them in that bedroom.
Yeah, it's a bed. He had the California king, so he could put as many babies as he was. Just he would get all the babies and round them up in the bed, and he'd just run around eating them under the covers.
He waited till after Nam to be a baby killer.
I hope this guy doesn't listen to this podcast.
Wait, so he was showing you his place?
Yeah, this was the place that my reference called you for. It was a nice place and stuff, and he was like, I'm really into cooking and blah, blah, blah. And like, he was just kind of too much. So I'm kind of glad I didn't get that. I don't want to
wait, was he going to be your fucking roommate?
No, he's going to be our landlord.
Yeah, having a bad landlord, fucking, that can ruin it.
Yeah, I didn't want him going in there making my girlfriend squirt on the bed.
Yeah. Can't have that. You got to protect what's yours.
I got to protect me and mine, and that's why I bought a gun.
I remember the last place I lived in Toronto. I don't think my landlord like hated me, and I'm pretty sure it's because the first week I moved in, I was fucking partying and I locked myself out of my place. I was like, he lived in the main floor. I lived in the basement, and so I went in for a cigarette. Forgot my key. The door automatically locked, so I climbed over his fence like into his yard and like kicked in my window and crawled through my window to get into the basement. And then the next morning, I see him I see his like two boots at the like broken window. Like I'm looking outside in bed at his boots, just standing there inspecting the broken window. And he never asked me about it.
You should have tied his shoelaces together.
Two fucking pale, skinny hands come out and grab him.
Yeah, grab him and pull him under into the basement and knock his head off the fucking concrete on his way down.
You're mine now. We live together.
He didn't like me very much.
No. Yeah, he never... He was... I think he was like autistic or something. I would always say hi to him and he'd just stare at me. Like he'd give me like that Ryan Gosling autistic stare for whatever reason.
You think Ryan Gosling has an autistic stare?
Yeah, when he's like in certain movies that like he just does that like stare and he's like he kind of has like a lazy eye, and then he does that like half smile like in Drive. It's kind of autistic.
How come girls don't want to fuck me then?
I don't know, man. That's a good point. They probably do. You probably just don't know.
Do.
They all do, buddy.
I think women like my autistic charm.
I don't think you're autistic though. I think you're not autistic. You're very like, you can you read social cues. You just choose to ignore them. I think sometimes, like when you're like loud or something. But like, no, you're pretty good like socially.
I'm just easily distracted.
Right.
That's
you have ADD.
Thing. A definite dick. ADHD.
Yeah,
definitely dick. Hard dick.
And I'd like to fuck.
And I'd like to stick it in a girl's pussy.
Pussy.
Sorry. I delivered that late. Oh, man. I should have pissed before we started.
You gotta do pee-pee?
Yeah, but I'm going to hold it because holding your piss is like, it's a big dick move.
It's good, man. It's meditative.
It is. It's good for your soul,
enjoy
too.
It. Yeah, it's good for the soul.
I just went bird watching, dude.
Nice, man. I keep seeing birds and not knowing like cool birds, and I don't know any birds. I know robins. That's it.
You should take pictures of them and send them to me.
Yeah,
and I'll tell you what they are.
Belle usually chases them. I try to get her to kill one.
Graham started sending me pictures of birds he sees, and then I'll tell him what they are.
That's cool.
Yeah. Oh, man. Today I was in the woods, and I was just wandering in the woods, man. I saw like 4 or 5 birds I've never seen before, and it was fucking awesome. I was slopping around. I had my rubber boots, and I was just like slopping around in like 6 inches of mud for like an hour and a half. It was fucking sick.
You just solo hike?
Oh yeah, no, yeah. It's always birding is always the best solo, I find. Like if you go with somebody, you're distracted too easily. You're talking to them too much. You're like focused on them a little too much. Like with birding, you kind of need to stand in the same place for about 20 minutes and not say anything in order to get best results.
Sounds boring.
It does feel like that way, but when you first
kidding. It does sound nice. I'm just being a dick.
When you first walk into a forest, or especially like an area where you have a good vantage point of all the trees around you, you've probably disturbed all the birds around you because you're moving and shit and making noise. But if you stand in the same place and you stop and you just chill, after about like 15 minutes or so, like the birds just resume business as usual and they'll start flying around you. And then next thing you know, there's like 50 birds flying around you and you can just take your time IDing them.
Nice. IDing them like a police officer.
Yeah. I do.
On the ground.
Let's just say I've been IDing a lot of blackbirds.
That was cheap, but necessary.
And a couple yellow birds too. The Chinese kind. No, I'm just joking.
I'm just racist against Asian? Asian
Yes.
Americans?
Yes. No,
Yeah.
I'm just a simple man who likes his birds. All right.
I guess it's bird season right now, right?
It is. It's literally, I think it started a couple weeks ago, but the most important part of birding season is from like now until the end of the month. Like I think May really is like bird central, bud. So I'm trying to get out there every fucking day, spend at least like an hour out there every day and just see what I can see, man. And I got a little trip booked for my girlfriend and I on Peely Island. We got a cottage for 3 nights. And we're going to go bebopping around that fucking island looking for birds. I'm going to take a private charter around to a couple smaller islands. And they're going to show us the American pelicans, which are on Lake Erie right now. And fuck, man. I'm just thrilled.
It's excited. It's a good summer. Good bird watching you got playing. I know it.
I'm telling you, buddy, these good, wholesome hobbies, they're making me a normal man again.
I don't know if you're quite normal, but you're healthier.
I'm not thinking about raping anymore. Just kidding.
Finally, these incessant thoughts of rape are now gone as I take a look at this nice, beautiful bird. Ah, fuck! I'm raping again. God damn it!
Fuck! I'm raping the bird now. No, I just stick my head in the dirt like a fucking ostrich every time I feel like raping.
Man, they're gonna love you on this charter. Is there like a guide?
Yeah, I'm gonna nudge the guy and say that to him. Don't you ever feel like you're a fucking ostrich where you bury your fucking head in mud because you're scared you're gonna rape somebody again?
I got a weird question for you. Does anyone ever rape the birds? What happens? Like,
there's some big birds. Can like a man's grown penis fit in a big bird? What do you think he's gonna say?
Yeah, I don't think he'll say anything. I think you'll stump him for sure.
He'll probably just have his sunglasses on and ignore me.
And then you got to go to Natalie, like hit her shoulder and be like, stumped him. Doesn't know everything.
Guess I'm the real bird nerd.
Yeah, what a fucking idiot.
So the other day I found I was in my backyard chilling and I saw a really, really, really rare bird. It's called it's rare for this area for this time. It's called a common gallinule. And I was in my backyard. I was watching it through my binoculars for about 3 minutes. Obviously, I don't have like a good digital camera, so I couldn't take a photo of it, but I was just watching it and IDing it, like picking out all the details of this bird. I was so astonished. I was like, oh my God, I can't fucking believe this is happening right now. And then afterwards, I reported it on eBird for science because it's like they use it to track like patterns and like mating habits and stuff of birds. And
like a website?
Yeah. And it tells you you tell them like when you see a bird and where and what it was doing and what habitat.
Sounds like e-fucked. Sounds a little too close to e-fucked.
It is like e-fucked, but with birds.
Yeah.
But and anyway, so I did that and I was like, oh, I'm doing a good thing by doing this. The next day, I got like 2 emails from like 70-year-old men telling me I'm full of shit. You didn't see that bird? They're like, please, can you provide me with an image or a video or a soundbite of that bird you saw? And I'm like,
dude, why would I lie?
Yeah, I'm out here trying to get bird clout. Fuck you, man. I'm like new to birding. I'm excited about this thing. I obsess over shit. And then this fucking guy is like telling me I'm full of beans, basically.
You're full of beans and you're wrong. Eli.
He was threatening to delete my post unless I provided evidence. I had to like talk him down. I'm like, dude, listen.
Shut up, dude. You probably raped the birds. You fucking psycho. I saw it.
Well, I know the guy, and I know that he birds in Edge Lake Park, and I'm gonna.
You actually know him personally?
Not him personally, but I know who he is. He's like he's identified the most species in Edge Lake Park for birding.
Oh, he's probably right then. You're probably mistaken.
Probably. But fuck him. No, man. I'm sure of myself. There's no other bird it could have been. And I know what the similar bird he thinks I saw is, and it definitely wasn't that. And I don't know. I've been making friends with some of the older birders in the neighborhood. Shout out to my boy Mike Wolf, the homie, the big homie.
Who got you into birding?
Well,
Is it Colin's brother?
Yeah, well, Luke was the first person I went birding with. At Long Point, we were high on MDMA, and he was so excited about birding. He was just getting into it, I think, and he was looking for some birds. So we stayed up all night, and at like 6 a.m, so we met this birder in the evening before we did the MDMA, and he's like, "Oh yeah, you guys should come out tomorrow morning. Like we're gonna go. Like they put up these nets, right, and catch the birds in it, and then they tag them, and then they let them free." And he's like, "Yeah, so like we'll be here at like 6 a.m. Like come join us. We walk around, we like tag birds. It's gonna be a cool day." And we're like, "Oh, thank you so much, man. That's so fun." And then me and Luke proceeded to do like a lot of MDMA, and we tripped balls, and we didn't go to sleep, and we like wandered over there at like 6 a.m, having not slept, like drunk and high as fuck. And we like walk into this birding building, and we look like shit, and all these like nerds are like, "Oh, hello. Like, what are you doing here?" We're like, "We're here to help ID birds for you guys." And they're like, "Ugh." And they're like ignoring us and avoiding us. And so me and Luke start walking around, and we find a bird that's stuck in a net. And I like grabbed the bird, and I like ripped it in half. I like ripped the fucking bird. God. I like didn't know how to handle a bird. I'm like, what do I do? I like
you were still new to birding, of course.
I didn't know anything about birding. I didn't care about birding. I like tried to grab this bird, and it was fidgeting, so I was like like cracked it like a fucking
Oh man, you guys must have looked like ghouls.
I cracked it like a fucking crab claw, and then me and him were like, we should just get out of here, and we sat on like a tree branch for like 3 hours, and then came, and then after, so that was my first birding experience. And then
I see why it's stuck. It was so memorable.
Yeah. And then I didn't really think much about it until I met Natalie, and then she was into birding because she found out about how popular the area near our house was for birding, and I didn't really think about it until I met her, and then I realized it's kind of like Pokemon for adults, you know?
Yeah. It's Pokemon for nature nerds.
It really is.
It's a more respectable type of like nerddom.
Honestly, it really is. It's like you go out there hoping to find like a Mewtwo or a fucking Zapdos, and sometimes you don't. Sometimes you find a Doug Trio or a Ratatat, and that's fine because you get to acknowledge them and learn their behavior, and it's fun.
Well, I know the guy who created Pokemon. That's why he created it. He was into not birds, but bugs. He was a bug catcher.
He was a bug chaser.
There we go. Bug chaser.
He was really into chlamydia and herpes and gonorrhea. He wanted to catch them all.
Original Pokemon Red and Blue had a much different set of monsters to collect.
Yeah, there was only about 9.
Yeah.
And you had to do a whole bunch of nasty deeds in this RPG to get them.
You had to get AIDS.
That was the legendary. That's the Mewtwo at the end of the game. You get AIDS at the end.
Yeah. Oh, you know what joke I told at nobody laughed. Nobody liked this one. It's the one we came up with on mushrooms, where it's a scientist working on a grant for the cure for AIDS, and he looks into his microscope and we just see a black dick going into a black asshole. Nobody liked that one.
Yeah, that's... thought that was,
I was like,
just
I thought that was
our
funny.
Little secret joke.
No, that's for the world.
That's for
the world's just not ready, but yeah, that's
well, it was just the idea is anything. It's just like the guy's studying AIDS and he sees like a extreme close up of a hard cock going into a man's asshole
in his microscope.
Yeah, it was more homophobic than racist.
I think it's both.
I think now it is.
Yeah, it was a good one though.
What was the other one? What was the other joke about like my head being hit? Like, don't worry, I'm always gonna be here. I literally, Dakota was sitting on the couch. He's telling me like he loves me, and I was like, "Don't worry, Dakota, I'm always gonna be here." And he's like, "Yeah, but the funny thing is, you're not. You're not always gonna be here." And then he had this idea where the guy's like, "Don't worry, dude, I'm always gonna be here for you." And then he turns around and he's got like a giant cancerous goiter growing out of the back of his head.
Oh my God, I forgot about that one. Yeah, and then he died of undiscovered retard cancer. It's like a caption. It was undiscovered because it was just behind his head. He could never see it.
He was
and
always
nobody
wearing,
had the guts to tell him.
He was always wearing beanie hats.
Yeah, exactly. He was Tim Pool.
Who's Tim Pool?
Cool. He's just a fucking gay guy on the internet. He's like one of those like Steven Crowder guys.
Who's Steven Crowder?
You know
They
Crowder?
argue with me?
Yeah.
Is that
the
Steven
argue
Crowder?
with me guy? Yeah.
Come on, argue with me, boy.
That is such a good like takedown of him. Such a funny. He's the argue with me fella.
Yeah, that's what I thought. Isn't that what his YouTube channel's called? Like, argue with me, please.
Yeah, he goes and harasses students in crippling student debt and is like, argue with me.
Yeah. He goes like first year college students and he's like, I don't know. I don't think abortion should be allowed. What do you think, 17-year-old girl who skipped a grade and got a scholarship, whose family is poor?
You're going to be on the internet forever.
You're going to look like a fucking idiot.
Yeah, he's one of those argue with me guys. I used to like him. There was like like 4 months where I thought he was okay. But
yeah,
he's really gay. He has like a beanie and he never takes it off and people make fun of him for it.
What does he do? Does Tim Pool argue with me on the internet?
Yeah, he's like another argue with me guy.
What does he argue about? Is he just against
same
things?
thing that Steven Crowder? They all do the same thing. It's like a fucking template.
They take hot topics that liberals are gonna have like big opinions on and try to troll them and piss them off, or use like logic and facts.
Yeah, exactly.
But it's just really it's just dick.
Yeah, it's just really like juvenile, and they're very selective with the facts they choose. They never argue anyone like actually intelligent, and they're just all grifters. They do it just for ad revenue on YouTube. Like they don't fucking care about anything.
No, it's essentially
if you think they care about anything, you're straight retarded.
They're essentially snake oil salesmen. They take advantage of people who are being put on the spot.
Yeah, and I hate like a lot of that like hyper liberal stuff too. But like the answer isn't Steven Crowder.
No, Steven Crowder is an argue with me fool fag.
Do you know he was on Arthur? He was like one of the voice actors on Arthur. He's a Canadian.
You mean the movie, the British movie, or you mean the cartoon?
The cartoon.
Who was he?
Fuck, I forget. One of the nerds. God damn it. I forget now.
Was he the nerd best friend?
Yeah, I think so. I'm not too familiar with my Arthur canon, but yeah.
His name's
he was a voice actor.
His name's Steven Crowder?
Yeah, with a V too.
Alan the Brain Powers. Well, now we know where he got his confidence from.
Yeah.
Literally there's this like a local, he's very popular. He's like one of his best friends. He's Arthur's best buddy.
Yeah.
So there's this like local Hamilton comedian who was on he was on like one of those American Gladiator type shows, but for like little children, where they like make they like hurt little kids and put them in obstacle courses. And he played like the big tough like strongman dumb guy. And I think that this guy like created like his whole. I think because he there was like his only successful television credit, and he like took that and ran with it and just thought he was like a big tough boy.
Yeah, that happens with a lot of like people in like C-list celebrities, like that AMC guy. Or no, not AMC. It's Cineplex. This is very Canadian, but they even have Cineplex in.
We know.
Yeah, the guy who like he like does interviews.
I tried to DM his girlfriend.
Yeah, so this guy does like the pre-show like promos and like interviews, and he like I think he even asks you to put your cell phone away.
Tanner Zipchen.
Yeah, Tanner Zipchen. He'll be stuck. He'll never that never rubs off. Like once you're the Cineplex guy, you're the Cineplex guy for life. Or like people who do like ad campaigns, like Jerry, the Subway guy, or
Oh, Jared?
Whoever.
You mean the pedophile?
Jared. Yeah.
Jared, the pedophile?
I think the pedophilia convictions and accusations will rub off sooner than him being associated with Subway. I think you give it enough time, people forget he was a pedophile, but never forget that he was the spokesman for Subway sandwiches.
I 100% agree with that. Yeah, I do. No,
People forget.
that happens.
Give it 10 years. People forget he fucked kids and just still remember him as Jared the Subway guy again.
People forget that Fatty Arbuckle laid on top of a woman and smothered her to death. They just know him as a fat silent film actor.
Exactly. Oh man, speaking of silent films, they're playing Nosferatu at the Playhouse near me. I think I want to go do Mushrooms and watch it. The silent film version. Well, they're both silent films, I think. The original though, not the.
Yeah, see, like the silent, like you'd have to do that. You'd have to go see it on. Like, were you with me when we went and saw it at my boy's house in the summer, like 3 or 4 years ago? Oh,
no,
yeah,
I don't think so.
Like you'd have to see that movie on Mushrooms. It's a fucking I get it. It's a very influential German expressionist classic horror film, but it's also fucking boring. It's a fucking snooze fest, man. You're gonna have to do Mushrooms to see that.
It's him walking around staring at things.
Yeah. Max Schreck, I think his name is. Who plays Graf Orlok, Nosferatu. It's a great classic movie, but the last time I watched it, I just couldn't fucking stay awake for it, man. It was hard.
You know what's a good silent film? It's called The Phantom Carriage. That fucking film, that film's great, man.
That sounds familiar.
It's just like a guy who's a piece of shit, and like he's a piece of shit to his wife, a piece of shit to his kids, and it's like just a long journey of him fucking realizing he's a piece of shit. It's just like him going to the tavern, getting blackout drunk, and it's so entertaining. It's really good.
Damn,
for a silent film.
I'm gonna have to check that out. Who's it? Is that a Lon Chaney flick?
I don't know anything else about it, to be honest. I don't know who the fuck directed it. I don't know who starred in it. I don't know anything. I don't know who the AD was.
I did Mushrooms on Monday and watched Mad God. Have you heard about that movie?
No.
Mad God is a movie made by this guy named Phil Tippett. He started this movie in the 80s. It's a stop motion horror film, and
I think I've heard of this.
Yeah, so he started it and then stopped it and then ended up doing like creature work for Jurassic Park. He worked on RoboCop. He worked on Star Wars.
Fuck. Was he the guy who, he was going to be the dude who did he was like the guy for stop motion puppetry, and they fired him on Jurassic. Well, they didn't exactly fire him. They kind of fired him. He was like, because all the dinosaurs in Jurassic Park were supposed to be puppets. And then some dude showed a computer version. They're like, okay, we'll do the computer version. And so he got fired, but he like helped the animators.
Yeah. So Phil Tippett, he started this movie in the 80s, like before Jurassic Park. And then I guess years later, his friends convinced him to finish it. So he hired like a bunch of people to help him finish this stop motion full length feature film. And he hired like a lot of people who weren't like very experienced, like people that were like fresh out of school and stuff like that to help him do this. And it finally got a release, I think this year or last year.
I saw that. Okay, I did see that. Yeah.
And so Monday night, I took 2.6 grams of mushrooms and I watched that fucking movie.
How was it?
Oh my God, dude. It was insane. It is like I
saw the trailer and it looked fucking out of this world. It looked so amazing.
It's probably one of the most bleak, like dark films I've ever seen in my life. Like it left me like I was high on mushrooms, so I was like having a great time. You know, visually it's like so stunning, but it's so like arresting and scary and goopy and hairy and weird and abstract, and like it really knocks everything out of the fucking park. It's a masterpiece in my opinion. I would highly recommend.
That's the Eli quote that'll be on the poster. Goopy and hairy.
It's very goopy and hairy, and if you see the movie, you'll understand what I mean. It's nice. It was just absolutely fucking incredible. I can't say enough good things about it. I thoroughly enjoyed my time watching it, and when it was over, I like gasped for air. I felt like I was holding my breath the whole time. It's such a nightmare. It's such a fully realized nightmare. It's amazing.
What's it called again?
It's called Mad God.
Mad God?
Yeah, I downloaded a torrent of it on the piratebay.org.
Nice.
Yeah, so shout out to my homies.
I like how you talked about him like painstakingly working on it for decades and you stole it. Couldn't even pay for it. Fuck him. It only took him like 3 decades.
Listen, when that shit comes out on Blu-ray, I'm going to buy it. If they do a merch campaign with shirts and posters, I'm going to buy it.
Yeah.
That movie is as inspiring for me as like Akira was.
Akira. Yeah, I think it did get like I saw it had like a theatrical run. I saw some trailer or something about it a bit ago.
Yeah.
I should bring it back.
Yeah. Oh man, it is fucking amazing. Like it should be recognized, on a big scale. I don't think it will because it's so weird and it's so disturbing. It's such a
Great
disturbing
art
fucking
never
film.
is often so.
What is the quote about women? Well-behaved women rarely make history unless they're blowing a good dude.
Unless they're swallowing a cum of a good man.
Unless they're swallowing a big wad of cum from a man. I'm just kidding. Let them eat
No,
cake.
that's the full quote. The rest of it gets partially quoted. That's the full quote. People don't know that.
Marie Antoinette, let them eat cake. The full quote was, let them eat cum cake.
Let them eat cake after they eat your cum.
Let them eat the cake made from your cum. That's Marie Antoinette. Antoinette.
Marie Antoine Chigurh.
It'd be so sick if there a black guy named Marie Antoine.
Yeah, that's a good name. Damn.
Yeah.
I feel like he played for the 76ers or something.
Oh, 100% Marie Antoine.
Yeah.
How you feeling about the Lakers? Were you sad?
You mean the Raps?
I mean, yeah.
Yeah, but it's to be expected. It's like a development year.
It's a rebuild year.
Yeah, exactly. I didn't even think they'd make the playoffs, to be honest. Or
No,
there was like a chance they wouldn't.
They got such a young team, promising team. They didn't get swept.
What's his name? Scotty Barnes got Rookie of the Year. So
Did he?
hey, man. Yeah, I believe so. Am I wrong about
that's
that?
huge.
I swear.
No,
I swear
I have
I
no idea.
saw that. Yeah.
I don't know anything
He's great.
about it. Hey, this podcast is not
Sponsored by Dose Mushrooms.
It's not sponsored by Dose Mushrooms.
Not at
But
all,
if
but
you-
we're sponsoring them.
But if you go to dose.land, let's just say it's a good website.
Man, it was so funny. About 2 weeks ago, I called my credit card company because I saw that on my credit card and I forgot I ordered mushrooms. And I was like, someone's scanned my credit card. I don't know what this Dose Land thing is anymore. And I don't know what this is. I've never seen this in my life. And then
You're just shoveling mushrooms in your mouth, freaking out, calling.
Yeah. I just did not recognize it. And it was like I spent like $300 on mushrooms. And then 5 days later, or like a day later, I was like, oh, it was mushrooms. And I tried calling back TD and I was like, I know what it is. It was just mushrooms I bought on the internet. Can I don't cancel the credit card? Can you activate it and stop the new card from sending? They're like, no, it's your card. We canceled it.
Oh, damn. That's
yeah,
annoying.
it sucked. Yeah.
Damn. I'm about to place a big order because I'm out. I'm out of mushrooms, and that is a problem for everyone close to me.
I left my mushrooms at the hotel in Niagara. My big bag.
Oh no.
Yeah, it sucks.
Oh my god.
It wasn't
Did you go
too,
to
I think it was I don't know. There's a decent amount left actually. There's maybe 5 or 6 grams, but I just
And what was the hotel?
There was someone still there, and I was like, just keep them. They're yours.
What was the hotel?
Fuck, I forget the name. Shit. What the fuck was it? God damn it. What the hell was the name of that hotel?
Who's getting married?
I-
Do you want to shout him out?
Just an old college buddy. No, I don't know if you do know them. Yeah. There was some folks there you would know though. Like Nick Hollywood was there.
Was Visser there?
Yeah, he was there.
Visser, the piss fister Visser.
People did not. Sorry, Visser. I know you're listening to this. People got so mad at Visser. Visser, I still love you. Don't worry. Everyone still loves you. I know he's going to be listening to this. Yeah. Visser, you just got too drunk. You didn't sleep and you hurt your hand. We picked him up. Visser's a listener to the podcast.
Yeah. He's a great dude.
We picked him up and his hand was so fucked. He was on like 5 tabs of acid the night before trying to cook a Hello Fresh meal, and he sliced open his hand, nearly cut a tendon. And we like picked him up basically from the hospital. And so he had not slept and it just kept boozing. And by the end of the night, people were so irritated with him because, you just boozed out. It happens.
Hell yeah. That's the kind of guy I like because that's the kind of guy I am.
Yeah, man. We've all been that guy. You just get too boozed out and you alienate yourself from the world.
And to be fair, those HelloFresh recipes are getting a little more cannibalistic. They probably asked him for a blood sacrifice.
Yeah, literally on the recipe sheet, it showed like a hand being severed. Come on.
He was just doing what he was told. He was just following the rules.
I'm just following orders.
But seriously though, shout out to Visser. He's a homie. Yeah.
Shout out to Visser. I had a fun time with you this weekend, Visser.
Yeah, even though you apparently annoyed everybody.
We only have a few listeners. We can't lose one. We can't afford to lose a single one.
No, I'll suck that man's ass until my early grave, buddy.
Hell yeah.
Well, you know what? My man DK.
Yeah, you gotta go watch the Leafs game?
Yeah, and I recorded about 5 minutes of really, really good A+ material, I think, before you hopped on the Zoom. So, nice. I mean, you can review it and see what you think, but I'd say we got ourselves an hour here. Yeah.
We're making that hour. Oh, I wanted to say, we're going to start doing bonus episodes, I think, right? You down for that?
I didn't agree to this. What the fuck are you talking about?
Not right now, but like going forward. I think we should bring back the bonus.
Yes.
Get a little silly on that Patreon fucking episode.
And I'd be down to do that. We're going to do that soon. And expect a bonus episode sooner rather than later.
Probably next episode we'll do like a extended Patreon episode, I think, if we can.
Yeah, exactly. We're just getting back into the swing of things, and life's crazy, man. I just got off working nights, and that was fucked up. So I'm trying to get my my sleeping schedule back in order, and I'm just trying to figure out what real life is. I would literally come home from work at like 5 o'clock in the morning and not go to bed. The one day I got home from work 5 o'clock in the morning, still dark out, but I looked down at the beach and there's a fucking blazing bonfire at the beach. I guess my neighbors had a fire and just left it there, this dangerously large fire. So I grabbed a bottle of whiskey, I grabbed a lawn chair, and I went and sat down and watched the sunrise around this blazing inferno. And I sat there for 3 hours listening to country music, just getting loaded.
And then contemplating life.
Yeah, I got home at 5, went down there at 5:30, and then at some point I kind of blacked out, and then I woke up in bed with sand in my pants.
I gotta go to work.
I just spit a mouthful of sand and seashells out of my mouth and got in my car and drove to work. No, it wasn't that horrible. No, it was a tough week, but I bought a mountain bike. I went camping. Everything's good.
Everything's back in order, baby.
Yeah, we're back. We're officially fucking back.
Yeah, I think it's safe to say we're back when we do 2 episodes. When we nail 2 episodes in a row. We haven't skipped a week, I don't think.
Yeah.
Have we? Maybe we did.
I don't know. But once we get a bonus episode out there, the bitches are back. And the
bitches are back.
And our dicks are getting bigger and our cums are getting longer. Right?
Right.
Yeah. So everything's going to be okay, guys. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. We love you.
Yeah. Take care. Tune in next week.